Hi, and welcome to the Barney Chronicles. Today's video is about the fifth dose or golden dose of the Mounjaro Quick Pen. I know this is a bit of a controversial topic, or maybe not controversial, but definitely kind of splits opinion. So it's not a do or don't do or anything like that. As you're probably well aware, I'm no healthcare professional. It's more just why I've done it, what happened, side effects, that kind of side of things, and you can kind of make your own decision from it. If I do get yanked at any point out of view, do apologise. Decided to do this on the dog walk with the beast, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best idea. I'm not going to go into what it is, the golden dose, because if you've clicked this video, you've probably got a good understanding already. But more really why I've done it, what I'm doing, and all that kind of side of things, I suppose. So more just my journey than a informational vlog, let's say. And obviously, if you are thinking of anything like this, get in contact with your healthcare specialist. Don't take my word for it, of course. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, give it a little thumbs up and follow along. Really helps grow the channel, obviously. My name's Scott. I'm 38 years old. The start of this journey, around 9 weeks ago now, I was 100 kilos. Before I get into the video, I just want to say a massive thank you. As anybody on Mounjaro or weight loss injections will know, it's not all kind of smiles and happiness. There's definitely down points. All the comments and all the support I've received has been phenomenal. It really has helped. I mean, it was genuinely one of the reasons for starting this. Is there's such an amazing community around Mounjaro, around other weight loss injections. So it's a massive thank you. I started around 9 weeks ago. I've got I think it's around 90 subscribers at the moment, which is mind-blowing to think that there's nearly 100 people that want to listen to a weird, brummy ramble on about weight loss injections. But here we are. So what I'll do is I'll get into the results from the last 9 weeks, side effects, and a bit of that as well, and also kind of talk you through what I've done with the golden dose, how I did it, why I did it, all that kind of side of things. But let's get into it. Firstly, why I've done it. So anyone else in this journey will know Mounjaro is incredibly expensive. So getting an extra week's dose out of the pen, it makes kind of financial sense. Also, I've recently ordered a 5mg pen, and the fifth dose, let's say, of the 2.5 I had. And I thought, well, I wanted to try it just to see. I mean, I've obviously seen a lot of other people who are doing it and absolutely fine. So I wanted to give it a go because with the 5mg pen, I'm going to be doing the dosing slightly differently. So I thought I'd try it with the 2.5 first and see if or what the side effects would look like. With the how, so after watching other people's videos on the fifth or golden dose, I know there's a couple of ways to do it. So either you can kind of twist the pen until it kind of not breaks but clicks, and then allows you to administer the last bit of Mounjaro. I wasn't too keen on this idea. I think kind of tampering with the pen didn't feel like the right option. So the only other way of doing it is using kind of an insulin syringe, extracting the dose that way. And so I thought that might be the more sensible option, I suppose, if there is one. So ultimately I had a look around. I know that you can order syringes from Amazon. The problem, or where it didn't kind of sit too well with me, is they don't say they're for medical use. It's for kind of measurements or something. So I thought, if there's a chance that it's not as sterile as it needs to be, I don't want to kind of cause issues or infections or anything that way. So I used UK Medi. I'll put I'll put the website in the description below. These are medical grade syringes, and I think it was like a couple of quid. They wasn't expensive, so I went down that route. Now I know that a full dose is 60 units or 6 ml? I'll put something on the screen with all the actual numbers. So I did try this a couple of weeks ago with my last pen. It didn't work. The syringe was filled with air bubbles and it was a bit of a nightmare. So again, I watched a few other videos and found out how to do it properly. So I'm going to show you how I administer the 5th dose or golden dose. I've got everything stored in my kind of travel case, which you can put ice packs in to keep it cold when you're on the move. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So ultimately I've got the insulin needle, I've got the Mounjaro quick pen, and then kind of a sanitizer wipe, of course. With regards to the insulin needle, I'll put on the screen in a second, but it's actually a 32 gauge, so exactly the same width or gauge as the actual needles that come with a quick pen. I'll put it on the screen so you can see the difference, and ultimately the only thing is they're a bit longer. So they're actually 8mm rather than the 5mm or 4mm that comes with a quick pen. Ultimately there's the last bit that's usually left in the quick pen after you've done the 4 full doses over the 4 weeks. So as normal, I sanitise the end of the quick pen and ultimately rub it around my stomach a little bit where I'm going to be injecting it. When it comes to actually extracting the medicine or the dose out of the pen, this is where I fell short the first time. So all brand new needles have an airlock. See, I didn't do this last time. It tried to suck the Mounjaro back into the pen. So you pull it quite firmly until it like pops a bit. Once you've done that, then it'll be loads easier to actually withdraw the Mounjaro from the pen. So ultimately, just putting the needle into the bit where you'd normally attach the Mounjaro needle, being really careful not to bend it or blunten it, and then just really, really slowly extracting the Mounjaro out, doing it slow enough that you're not causing air bubbles, but ultimately getting the amount you need. As I said earlier, it works out as 60 units or 6mm. So I tend to extract a little bit more so that once I've got the full dose in the insulin needle, I can then prime it to release any air bubbles, get any air bubbles out, give it a quick click, a quick flick at the top, make sure the air bubbles are gone, and then inject it into the left side of my stomach. I have heard that apparently air bubbles aren't the end of the world, as it's just you're injecting into fat rather than intravenously into your veins, but still I didn't want to kind of take any chances. So quickly I'll get into side effects and results and ultimately what's next for the channel. So when it comes to side effects, I haven't noticed really anything different, to be honest. Even after doing the golden dose or the 5th dose, there wasn't really anything, to be honest. It was just normal. I think I have been quite lucky with the side effects, but you know, a lot of it's going to be down to the diet and the exercise I'm doing at the moment. Results wise, I'll put something up from Shotzi. It's the app I use to kind of track everything. So at the moment, I'm quite happy. I've been steadily losing, well, it says 1.58 kilos a week, but that's down to the quite significant loss in the first week I had. And I'm at the moment sitting at 86.5 kilos. So I'm roughly 6.5 kilos off my goal weight, which is fantastic. Next for the channel, ultimately I've got a couple of videos planned. I have bought a 5mg pen, but I'm going to be doing the dosing very differently. I've watched somebody else on YouTube kind of doing their doses differently, which I thought was quite interesting, using the GLP-1 tracker, I think. So that's going to be another video coming up. Also, I'm going to kind of got 1 week left of the body weight workouts, so I'm doing the video on that. See how that's gone when it comes to kind of keeping muscle but obviously losing fat. If you have watched to the end, again, thank you. As I said at the start, all the support you guys have been giving me has been fantastic. It's really, really helped me, so I do really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you if you've watched to the end. Apart from that, I'll see you on the next one.